One Piece chapter 867. What the fuck? Easily one of the darkest chapters in the entirety of Whole Cake. Like, this arc has had so many plot twists, it's crazy. The Yonko Big Mom. First of all, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter for me. The chapter was good, a good 20 pages long with a lot of information that gives us a lot to talk about. So, you know, Brago's stream is definitely gonna be popping. You're gonna see me there maybe tonight. But we eventually get to see what happened to Yorle, which is the giant that's like 344 years old, and Big Mom absolutely destroyed him. Not only did she break his sword, like his giant sword, with like her bare hands, but she also killed this man. Granted, the Yorle is like crazy old and is way out of his prime, but regardless, she literally just killed one of the captains of the previous giant crew. Again, I don't think these guys are like the top echelons of like the giants. I do think like there's other parts of Elbaf, because you know they did mention that when Big Mom killed Yorle, the word did spread out to like other villages and stuff like that, and I'm guessing there are other strong people in those villages. So you know, that whole part was just mind-blowing for me. And the trend is already starting, guys. Elbaf, hyped up to be like the strongest country, but an entire village gets taken out by a single girl. At the same time, this could be just hyping up how strong of a monster Big Mom is, but regardless, as of right now, Elbaf isn't looking as strong as they were hyped up to be. I do still think they're strong, like crazy strong, but again, we also have to take in consideration that this is 100 years ago. In the current time period, how strong are these guys? I think they're really strong at this time and moment. But yeah, the community, the backlash, the Elbaf, yo, it is strong right now. And shout out to Joy Boy and Rogers Base for calling this theory about Mother Caramel having the soul fruit, devil fruit. Like, I didn't really even think that was even a possibility at this point, but you know, they did get it right. Shout out to them, congrats and everything. And the biggest plot twist in this chapter, Mother Caramel is an orphan seller. I mean, the way Oda portrayed her from the very first chapter she was shown, you wouldn't think someone like her would be this crazy. Again, it kind of ties in with the fact that she wasn't actually a true mother, especially the way she was raising Big Mom. She wanted Big Mom to become like sort of attached to her so she wouldn't lose her biggest sell. We know that she was trying to sell Big Mom to the world government, the CP9 units, and potentially, you know, it kind of shows like the world government, they're trying to build this army of unstoppable monsters, and Big Mom was one of like the first, you know, one of the strongest people they've ever seen based on her potential, which is crazy. She would have been a fleet admiral or admiral. Again, she could even be beyond that, but it's crazy. The CP9, they've been pulling strings since 100 years ago. Crazy. And the darkest turn ever, Big Mom eating everybody. Again, it was highly hinted by the details we see around the island and Mother Caramel's clothes being like torn off and everything. And the funny part here is that they said she could barely see through the tears because she was so happy she was eating like the croquembouche. She was so focused on eating that she lost sight of everything else. Eventually she ate those kids, and Mother Caramel included. Again, it's highly hinted. It's like a 99% chance if Oda comes in next chapter and says like, oh, the kids escaped or something like that, you know, that at this point is a 99% chance that happened. But there is still a 1% chance that they didn't eat the kids. But you know, because there's no blood, people can say like there's no blood, but I think she ate those kids. And apart from potentially being like an experiment, you know, Big Mom is definitely special in some kind of way. Again, we don't even know if she's an experiment, but you know, there's the whole thing with the government, CP9. Why are these guys involved with all of this stuff? Big Mom is a special case. Again, we don't know what's going on there with. It's not confirmed she's an experiment, but she's definitely special. I mean, apart from being like a giant, at this age, a giant shouldn't be capable of doing something to like a bigger giant. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Big Mom definitely has her own thing going on there. Again, apart from potentially being an experiment, a giant experiment, she has something more sinister like that is within her. So also, it seems like she inherited Mother Caramel's devil fruit from killing her. So do we actually have a new rule when it comes to devil fruit, whereas if you eat a devil fruit user and kill them, you can possibly obtain their devil fruits, which could also tie into what Blackbeard was doing at Marineford. Did he, you know, Whitebeard did die at that spot, so maybe if the person is dead, you can like take some of their blood or something. It could just be a trait of the soul devil fruit, and like, you know, if you eat someone with like a soul ability, and it can think potentially getting that ability, or this may just be a new rule that, you know, Oda is trying to put for us, saying that if you eat a devil fruit user, you can potentially get their abilities because you're like consuming them. But yeah, that was definitely crazy. A lot of theories are gonna be, a lot of people are gonna be theorizing from this, because this just brings the whole Blackbeard case and stealing devil fruits to like a whole new light. You know, eating a person to obtain their devil fruit, that's crazy. But overall, this chapter was amazing, and it seems like the flashback is finally over. We're finally back to present time, and oh my the next couple of chapters should be like fucking epic. Fight seems like it's gonna start, or again, the reaction Big Mom is having right now is different from like what people usually see, because they said her screams were unusually louder than before. So again, different reaction. Everybody's kind of like setting up for that. You know, the big fight is gonna happen. Again, I don't think Big Mom's going down in this arc because it doesn't make sense, and it looks like Big Mom might go into the same enraged state she was in this flashback. If Big Mom was beating up top level giants at the age of 5, imagine an enraged mode being in her prime years with a devil fruit and King's Haki. You know, all these stuff involved. It would definitely show the true power of a Yonko. Again, Big Mom rivals these people. Shanks, Kaido, the immortal guy, Blackbeard, guy with 2 devil fruits. She rivals these guys. She's not under or she's not above. So we should expect a lot from Big Mom. So honestly, it seems like it might be everyone versus Big Mom, including the commanders. So commanders and Luffy's the alliance might have to team up. I don't know, but you know, it is Pharaoh. This chapter was lit, and I will see you boys and girls later. Peace.